This film is about the justice system in Canada.
I was white, I was middle class, I was educated, I was articulate. I had no criminal record, I had many friends, I had a great family, I went to good schools. I really thought that the world was my oyster. And when I look back, after everything that's happened, how could I actually say that it couldn't happen to anyone?
Then he pulled out his watch and quickly looked over at Kay. "You should have been here 1 hour and 5 minutes ago," he said. Kay was going to give him a reply, but had no time to do so, as hardly had the man spoken than a general muttering arose all over the right-hand side of the hall.
I had heard about some of the work of Franz Kafka when I was in university, and I knew that one of his major works was The Trial. And I know that after I was arrested and I was in prison, I decided that I wanted to read the book because I thought it might help me understand the fact that the state really has that power to come and arrest you, and oftentimes you really don't know why.
There's no crack, it's a canyon. The system is a crack. The system is the crack. The system is not predicated upon finding the truth. The system is predicated upon satisfying the paper load of bureaucrats and judges. The court clerk has more say in your case than you do. I was always told, you get your day in court, you get your day in court. I show up in front of the judge. My lawyer's already made a deal with the Crown. I didn't like the deal. I said, I want to fight this thing. I don't care what they're threatening me with. I'm not going to plead guilty to something I didn't do.
Они избили и ограбили его. В этот момент проезжала полицейская машина. И преступники заявили полиции, что они задержали грабителя. Полиция арестовала моего сына и увезла. Он провел в тюрьме более полугода. Мой сын стал жертвой преступлений и жертвой правосудия.
Laid on Kay's throat, while the other pushed the knife deep into his heart and twisted it twice. As his eyesight failed, Kay saw the two gentlemen cheek by cheek, close in front of his face, watching the result. Like a dog, he said. It was as if the shame of it should outlive him.
People claim to be wrongly convicted. Your last hope or your last kick at the can, so to speak, is what we call a Section 696.1 application, which is based on fresh new evidence, and it's an application that's submitted to the Justice Minister. Of course, is our chief crown in this country, and so it's a little problematic, and it's a very tedious process, and most people who aren't lucky enough to have a lawyer such as James Lockyer, who seems to be one of the foremost experts on Section 696, if he's not available to do your Section 696 application, or someone who has his ability, then the chances of someone in prison being able to put something together that's going to get the interest or attract the interest of the Justice Minister is probably not in their favor. It's a very complicated process. Thinks that, well, you've got the Court of Appeal, and you go on to the Court of Appeal and you get your conviction.
Der Prozess wird vielleicht über ein niederes Gericht gar nicht herauskommen. Man hält wenigstens vorläufig deine Schuld für erwiesen. Ich bin aber nicht schuldig. Es ist ein Irrtum. Wie kann denn ein Mensch überhaupt schuldig sein? Wir sind hier doch alle Menschen, einer wie der andere. Das ist richtig, sagte der Geistliche. Aber so pflegen die Schuldigen zu reden. Hast du auch ein Vorurteil gegen mich? Nein, antwortete der Geistliche, du missverstehst die Tatsachen. Das Urteil kommt nicht mit einem Male. Das Verfahren streben doch nach dem Gesetz, sagt der Mann.
It is about justice. If we are losing people who are one by one silently falling into the cracks of our system, something is completely wrong in our kingdom. Every given day, the future of our country comes from the past. That is why we have to know how the system works. If it works.